Belly of the beast, motherfucker, I'm a beast. See the world turn me out. With the shooters, I'm a freak. It's a full moon now. I'm a wolf of God eat. Now I don't give a fuck, niggas. So my nigga keep it brief. I don't trust the right man. I can only trust my right hand. Go off in the war. It's like oh 03 up in Baghdad. Take you to my hood. Where the sun don't really shine at. All we know is go. See, we know forgiving toe tag. CSTs, come see how we living. It's a war of the block better. Hide your children, y'all they saw this man get shot down. He don't got no feeling. Street turn you to a monster, man. Watch you make a killer, hit him with that Mossberg. You been creeping through my window. Heard your girl blowing like this old school Nintendo. She don't want to put this when that powers in the window. Afraid from the slave, but you think I'm going limbo. I see you creeping in for a pound with head you weekend. The turkey stuffer, my aim left on my heating. You big steppers, fuck around and start tweaking. It's UPK, shut my when I'm speaking. It's a big dog, where the fuck is my phone at? A soldier in the storm, so I'm using the combat. First roll 7, I copy format. One left, step on shit. Doormat, I was trying to take that shit and trying to roll this shit. Got me looking at you niggas like the son of a bitch. And I'm down for my niggas, so put my name on the list. Shorty say I can't have eyes, but she swallow dicks. I'm thinking the shit, big things, I'm straight to the rip. Niggas losing their cash, they can't hide it quick. I said, fuck the track, but I'm still.
All right. Shalom is real. This is the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I'm officer of 1,000 gun. And today we're going to talk about putting away that old man. All right. And the thing with that, a lot of times people come to the truth and don't realize that, people that I won't say coming to the truth, people that's looking for the truth, right? They don't realize a lot of times when you're somebody who's already searching for truth, there's a level of spirituality that's with you. You know what I'm saying? You got that, like, I understand that a lot of people that's in the Christian church have a need for a higher being, right? A lot of people that's into sage and all this stuff, you have a need for that higher being, right? But a lot of times we get thrown off by going to the wrong thing because we don't know how to do the first thing that it comes to understand knowledge of God. You know what I'm saying? You have to humble yourself down. That's the thing a lot about people don't want to do is humble yourself down and realize that we have been lied to for a long time and that a change has to come about. There are certain things that are in God's laws, God's statutes and commandments that are really needed back in the earth right now. You know, it sounds very simple when you read over it, but understand how important it is that a man learn he cannot mess with another man's woman. A man understand how important it is not to lie to his brother. How important it is that your brother feel comfortable leaving you around something that's very precious to him, whether it be his family, his money, his woman, anything. That we need trust back with each other in the earth, man. And we do not have that. All right. And the only way we're gonna get that back is by coming to the knowledge of God. I'm gonna read one of the first things in the Old Testament that was taught, all right, about how to get this knowledge of God, how to actually come into this person that you need to be. You have to understand the person that you were, or if you're not in the eyes, you became not in the truth for one thing. That's the main thing you have to understand. The first thing you understand is realizing where is the truth. You know, how did you really find out that you were an Israelite, right? And getting to the source of things is very important, all right? And once you get to that source, you realize, okay, this is who I need to follow. And when you get to that point, when you realize who you got to follow, you have to realize if this is truly God that you are serving, there's something that has to change about you. Because guess what? If there's nothing that needs to change about you, you didn't need to find God, right? There's no purpose, right? If there's nothing about you need to fix, That's the issue. A lot of our people who like these zodiac signs. And these zodiac signs, a lot of times, those zodiac signs make you okay with the person that you are. It doesn't make you feel like you have to change anything. You just go about doing the same thing. You just say, "Oh, I know I'm an Israelite now," or "I know Jesus was black." Knowing that stuff alone is not enough, right? Christ said to pick up your burden. That means nobody's exempt from going through things when you come into the truth, losing things, be willing to lose things. A lot of our people don't understand that. Of course, you're winning knowing that you are a child of God. If you follow the laws of God, you will be protected and you will be born back in the kingdom, right? That does help you. But what about the spirit of the law? What about the brotherhood of the law that Christ was really very important about? What about the law that you have an issue with a brother to go to that brother one-on-one and speak with that brother? That's why we have so many scattered out Israelites all over the earth. That's why everybody's not under the banner of Commanding General your honor, man. All right, so let me read the first thing that you were supposed to do coming to this truth. This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, all right? That's a lot of our problems. We are not receiving the words from the Most High. This Bible, Apocrypha included, the King James Version Bible, is the only link we have to God. That is the only link we have. There is no other hidden book. He put everything out there for you to read. Why do you think this is the most talked about book on the earth? Why do you think this book is so important? Why do you think this book is still around? There's not many books that were written. Let's just say the Bible was written 2,000 years ago, which it was not. It was written a whole lot longer than that. You know what I'm saying? King James just transliterated, not wrote it. For those who don't know, that when you came to, I understand that. Let's just say it was written 2,000 years ago. What book do you know written 2,000 years ago that's still relevant today that you can use in your life? There isn't one, man. And that's what we got to come out of when we come into this truth. We got to stop thinking we can figure out God with our own 3-pound brain. He left a big, thick book with lots of stories, situations that are applied to your life. We are in the New Testament right now. Forget them telling you all this stuff happened before. We are in it right now. We are in the age of bringing the Gentiles out of this world. The same way that Brother Paul was doing, that's what we are doing. Because a lot of our brothers who feel like following Christ, felt like they were doing the right thing, need to be corrected on a lot of things. All right? Let's keep going on that. And hid my commandments with thee. What does it mean to hide it with you, man? When you hide the command, you hold that very dear to your heart. You got to hold God's commandments very, very dear to your heart, man. When you say you want to come into this truth, you have to be willing, whatever your lustful want in this world is, you have to be willing to put it down. Everybody has something different, man. Some brothers deal with weed. Some brothers deal with women. Some brothers deal with porn. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers deal with being a lying bastard. Some of us, it was so easy to go sell drugs, we had to turn down drug money. It was so much easier to go make illegal money. You had to decide whether or not you were going to be a part of that anymore, man. That's the decision that had to be made by a lot of brothers of whether or not they wanted to continue an easy lifestyle, because America makes it easy for you to go against God. You better believe that. They make it super easy for you to choose your God, and they understand, your oppressors understand how weak that makes you. They understand when they get you to celebrating our holidays, going to the strip club, getting high, getting drunk all the goddamn time, it make you understand that. It make you understand this is the life. A lot of our brothers and sisters think they are in heaven right now. They want on a daily basis. And this is the same people that when they do have a bad day or go through bad times, they end up in prison. They end up in jail. They end up shocked that some devil tried to lock them up, or they got shot, or some racial profiling situation happened where they just couldn't they couldn't believe it. You're just so shocked. That's because you don't have the truth, man. That's because you're not hiding the commandments of God with you. Because the commandment of God was to separate spiritually from these people. Understand you are above them. All right? And apply, and so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, man. You have to understand what wisdom is, man. Wisdom comes out of this Bible. You are not reading any other book. Every philosopher that you listen to, they have a copy of the Bible with them. They have stolen something out of the Bible to come up with whatever philosophy that you are already listening to. Right? They put a piece of it and they twisted it because they are wicked bastards. But you are the victim in that situation. Right? So you got to incline your ear to the wisdom of this Bible, man. When you read the Bible, you cannot apply it. You cannot spin it around and say it's for people that's in Kemet and people that are in Muslim. This Bible is talking about people who follow God. Romans chapter 9, Paul said, I speak to them who know the law. So I mean, we say certain things as we speak a certain way, we're talking to our people. When Christ said God so loved the world, he was talking about his people. That's the thing you have to understand. This is our constitution. All right? So that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart unto understanding. How do you apply your heart? You study, you read, you learn from prophets of God. Right? Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, you have to seek this stuff out. It's not just going to come to you, right? Just because you find out you're an Israelite, and you know an Israelite, you talk to them and you agree with stuff online, or you show up to the school every now and then and you put a little work in, that does not mean God is with you, man. You can be dead tomorrow. That is considered being lukewarm. You have to completely destroy the old person you were. You have to understand the person that you were was selfish. At your most innocent being. Let's just say in the world you were a person that didn't do anything wrong. You didn't sell drugs. You didn't break the law. You know what I'm saying? You did this. You took care of your kids. Let's just say you're that person. At your innocent, you were selfish. You were selfish because you sat there and you watched things happening in other people's lives and you did not give a damn about it. It did not bother you to see the oppression of your people. So that when stuff started happening to you, you want the whole world to move behind what you feel. That's the kind of person you are. Now, Lord willing, nothing has happened to that point to you yet. But guess what? That's what's going to happen and make you decide to come into the truth anyway, or at least start considering what we're saying. The scriptures say, with the terror of the Lord, I persuade men. So a lot of y'all stuff got to happen to you for you to truly devote yourself to destroying that old person you are. Because even being a selfish bastard will get someone killed. That is a known fact. You just only caring about yourself can get someone else killed, right? That's at the simple nature. You being a selfish, a lot of y'all in this world, when you come into the truth, you don't even realize that you actually hated blacks and Hispanics. A lot of black people have issues with Hispanics. You come into this truth and really accept that that's your brother, you will appreciate what Mexicans bring to the table. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, you will love that and understand there's no way you can survive without these people. That's coming into a new man of understanding. Not going with the propaganda that Mexicans taking all the damn jobs. They taking jobs that we don't want to do, or we cannot do well, or they do better than you. And there was a time you can get them for cheap labor. They have waken up Most High in Christ that my brothers want to get paid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now all of a sudden they taking up the job. They weren't taking the jobs up when we was giving them $75 a day. So we got to come out of that thinking, man. That is all a part of becoming a new man, a new woman, coming into Christ of what He really wanted us to do. All right. So let's get that. Is that if thou seekest after her silver, man, wisdom in this truth is like silver. It's like silver. It's better than gold, man. I tell people all the time, man, wisdom is much more powerful than money, man. Much more powerful than money. Understanding that, because the value of the dollar is going down. The value of a wise man to get advice is priceless, man. Knowing in these situations and these times is going on, not being shaken by what you don't have, not being shaken by what may happen. Actually, having a plan for your family and your spirit to what you can do to get out this head.